The Cubecraft lobby is filled with many secrets. They released a new version of the lobby, and it's filled with even more crazy stuff. I have spent way too much time looking for things, and what I have found is simply astonishing. So there's this post on the Cubecraft forums. It's made by Casual Polar Bear, and it's just asking what's behind this gate here. And he also says that there's a sign near it, but as you can tell, it's not there anymore. Now, there's a comment made by tekkit that says that there's a museum pretty close to it. I am now in the Java lobby. As you can tell, there is a sign right there. It says sewer authorized people only. All I have to do now is just go into this building right here. So there are these two metal doors right here, and as you can probably tell, they're not the same doors that we saw earlier. This is a completely different area. So what it is there's this museum, and what it has is these different versions of updates, Minecraft updates, like the Nether update, Buzzy Bees. There's two other things in this lobby. There's the hub maker right there, and there's this lever, and this sign right here. I wanted to zoom in on the sign, so I loaded up a different version of Minecraft, and it's changed. It literally changed. I don't get it at all. Now it's gone. In this version of Cubecraft, you can mine the blocks, and if you pair it with a block particle remover, you can get some really cool images. Some kind of tunnel. Here you can just barely see a lever to the left, and the tunnel goes on to the right. This is the bedrock lobby, and it has the same tunnel in it for some reason. Some type of red structure. This is an underground lobby with endstone hanging over planks, with diamond and gold to the right, and with the red structure thingy. I wanted to compare what was below the underground lobby and the main lobby. So right here there's some diamond, and the diamond goes back pretty far this way. Some more diamond. It even goes back way over there. The diamond continues on over here. Some diamond here, and it goes back pretty far there. There's diamond over here. And the diamond doesn't just stop near this halfway point. It goes, think about to here. Nope, there's some orange here and some diamond right here. One thing that I thought was kind of crazy is that that building over there is blue, and that building right here is blue, and that building right here is orange, and right here I believe, yeah, right here there's orange, and orange continues on for a while. So while I was walking around the lobby, I found this room right here, and the upstairs doesn't have any. I checked the other upstairs and it doesn't have anything, and there's this staircase down that just stops, which is really weird. But if you go over to this staircase right here, there's this room full of gold. I was watching a video made by Visobania, and he finds the sewer location down here. The first thing that I noticed is that this is next to the building with the museum, and I found this lever on the side, which is where an item frame used to be. I found these 3 scaffolding blocks, and only one of them leads somewhere. It's a pretty small room with a gold block and a rail on it. In the Cubecraft bedrock lobby, there are back rooms, and the entrance would be right here. Obviously on Java it's not, but what I have found is there's an entrance right here. It's pretty dark. And the back rooms on Java are a lot different. It's much more of a maze, while the bedrock back rooms are not that way. I've spent a lot of time in this maze and I haven't found anything. Out of desperation, I invited tekkit on, the person who told me where the museum was, and he couldn't find anything. I made a post on the Cubecraft forums about the back rooms, and a person used an X-ray texture pack, which is bannable, to look at them, and he didn't find anything. That was about the time when I finally realized something. When there was something weird on Bedrock Edition, there was something weird on Java. I tried to find the gold room on Bedrock Edition, but there were always these metal bars and barrier blocks that stopped me. To the left of the gold block rail room, there's a secret lab, which is where you can connect to the new test. Cubecraft released the 1.9 update on Bedrock Edition, and lukewarm tubs found this area right here. When I jump up, I find this area, and I investigate it on Java, but there is nothing interesting. There's also this end of a tunnel. I don't know if this area means anything, but I thought that the block choices were kind of weird. Here's that red structure that I saw earlier, and this is the underground lobby. In this area there's multiple different levels. That might be part of the sewer up there. It kind of continues on. There's some diamond and stuff. Looks like there's something interesting back there, but I can't really see it. I hit the coordinates of where I was standing earlier, and I ended up right here. I didn't see an alternate path to get to that area, so that was kind of disappointing. Labyrinth area that leads to the museum, and there's clearly something inside here. There are these buildings, and here's one, and it's just all these different patterns on the side of it. I believe that the patterns will give you a code, but I don't know how to decode it, and I don't know what it would go to. I haven't really seen anything that would accept any type of anything, so I'm not gonna try to decode it. I'll just try to show it to you. It looks like this is a whole separate platform, and there's probably a separate way to get into it. While I was editing this video, I noticed that the stone looked like a pattern from the museum. There's a couple of empty rooms with no lighting on them. Here's another one of those things. It's the exact same on this side. And then here's another one of them. Now, there's one last thing that I found kind of interesting. And that is the sign that says jungle. There's this Eggers map called jungle, but I didn't find anything on it. This is that area that I've seen earlier. These things right here, they kind of look like the symbols from the museum. Which is kind of weird. And it crashed again. Now if you're wondering what this, and it crashed. Now if you're wondering what this big thing is, it's the back rooms, and we are currently under the house parkour. This is the entrance to it. It's pretty big to walk around, but there's some stuff on the side, there's some gold, stuff like that. And I believe that this checkerboard pattern right here is a building, and I can just barely see the top of it. There's some more checkerboard, and then the side of one building. I'm gonna look at what that says. So that's close to the skyscraper parkour, which I surprisingly haven't done. There's also a skulk sensor back there. There's a couple of them. I know I saw those in the maze to the museum, and those were pretty annoying with the noise. So continuing on, we have this area. This area, pretty bland. After traveling a very far way, I found these. I wanted to go to the large area on Java, but there was nothing there. This is when I remember that I saw this AFK person down somewhere. I went to the area on Bedrock Edition, and I found this. I believe it kind of looks like some kind of staircase. Just how it goes back there, and the middle is a different color than the outside, but I can't really tell. And this area goes back for a while. I found that if you press random buttons for a very long amount of time, and even if you're not recording and you just use a playback feature to record the last 30 seconds of it, it makes a noise. I did that a bunch more times, and I didn't hear anything else until I have absolutely no idea what I did to flick those two levers. It turns out that if you make any lever go down, it'll go up after about 30 seconds. For one last ditch attempt to find something, I went back into the back rooms, and I found that in some cases the walls are inconsistent, and I mapped them out on a creative plane. I compared it to the museum signs, and it doesn't remotely look like anything. If you're wondering where I got the pictures from the intro, I was just mining into random buildings and taking pictures. There's so much stuff in this lobby. Hope you guys check it out, maybe find something. Please subscribe. This thing took way too long to make. Like, way too long.